Polished chrome sits on the mahogany tabletop. 6 men in black silk ties counting the cost. The boss speaks low with a gravelly raspy tone. Heavy jewelry clinking against the crystal glass rim. 96 Cadillac Fleetwood Island out the rain. Wipers pushing water like we pushed a heavy weight. One nod and the soldier grabs a leather briefcase. Locked tight with the combinations only I know. We don't talk much when the business is active. Silence is the loudest sound before the hammer drops. I remember the face of the man who cheated. Now he lies beneath the roots of a note. Luxury hides the stains on my designer shirts. The scent of expensive cologne and gun smoke mix. Step into the back seat with a steady hand. The cycle turns again for the empire we built. The crown is heavy and the iron is cold. Stories are written in the lead we fold. Respect is earned through the barrel of a gun. The cycle never ends until the job is done. Loyalty is royalty within this criminal frame. No one remembers a snitch's cursed name. We live by the code and we die young. The funeral bells have already been rung. 12 gauge pump tucked under the velvet seat, waiting for the rival crew to cross the street. The Glock 19 has a custom hair trigger pull. Magazine is heavy and the hollow points are full. Paranoia keeps me awake while the city sleeps. Watching the rear view for the black and whites. Betrayal smells like wet pavement and burning rubber. The Judas in the circle gets a pine box. My hands stay clean while the enforcers do work. Millerized tactics used on these suburban blocks. Accept the fate that the penitentiary walls provide, or the cold dirt where the fallen soldiers hide. Diamond rings flash when I grip the steering wheel. Every decision made with a heart of tempered steel. The empire grows while the graveyard feels a fast. Living for the present knowing it won't ever last. The crown is heavy and the iron is cold. Stories are written in the lead we fold. Respect is earned through the barrel of a gun. The cycle never ends until the job is done. Loyalty is royalty within this criminal frame. No one remembers a snitch's cursed name. We live by the code and we die young. The funeral bells have already been rung. The casket is open for the next in line. Next in line. Just a matter of ticking clocks and time. My mentality until my lungs stop breathing. The Godfather remains while the rest are leaving.
In the blood, eating with the wolves, sleeping in the mud. Everything I love, traded for the throne. King of the hill, standing all alone. Standing all alone. Who want it? Heavy is the head when the crown is a bone. Velvet on the seats, blood on the sheets. Luxury is cheap when the heat is in the reach. Suit custom made, blade in the shade. Paid the parade, in a sense they decay. Power in the grip, clip on the hip. Flipped at the script, shit moving on a trip. Industrial yellow, metal in the gallows. Drowning in the shallow, heart feeling hollow. Quoted in the folders, cold shoulders. Mold in the boulders, weight of the soldiers. Spend a day ducking statements from the agents. Spend a day ducking statements from the agents. Aggressive placement, pacing through the basement. Brother in the cage, mother on the stage praying. I'm just weighing what the price of the crown's paying. I'm just weighing what the price of the crown's paying. Pavement stain, raining on the casing. Life in the fast lane, death is what I'm chasing. Power in the palm, ice in the blood. Eating with the wolves, sleeping in the mud. Everything I love, traded for the throne. King of the hill, standing all alone. Standing all alone. Who want it? Heavy is the head when the crown is a bone. Prayer rug dusty, trust is getting getting rusty. Must be the money making everything so crusty. Daughter in the school, father is a cool. Lost of the light, frost in the night. Humanity is gone, pawn to the dawn. Long way from dawn, long looking like a marathon. Pressure on the dash, desperate for the stash. Praying that the crash don't come before the cash. Generational debt, sweat on the neck. Check the respect, tech on the deck. Cold steel, old deal. Ghost behind the wheel, the ghost behind the wheel, the ghost behind the wheel. Power in the palm, ice in the blood. Eating with the wolves, sleeping in the mud. Everything I love, traded for the throne. King of the hill, standing all alone. Standing all alone. Who want it? Who want it? Heavy is the head when the crown is a bone. Walk in a sense, nothing left but the lead and the leather. Cold weather. The price. The price.
Yeah. The legend never lies. Pay attention. Blood stains on the paddock face. Snitch trace, leave a bitter taste. Gold spoons for the hollow tip. One slip in the fellowship. One slip in the fellowship. Heavy crown neck is snapping back. Trader's blood on the Cadillac. On the caddy. Boss moves never show the hand. Built the kingdom on the shifting sand. Wool coats in the dead of June. Death coming to the dining room. Saw the twitch in your trigger hand. Forgot I'm the one who made the man. Silk tie for a Garo wire. Setting all the paper trails on fire. Spilled wine on the Persian rug. Cold stare from a seasoned thug. You was eating off my silver plate. Now you're just another piece of freight. Ballistics match the dental work. Duty calls never known to shirk. Professionation is a heavy load. Professionation is a heavy load. 1 foot off the narrow road. Tip the driver for the scenic route. Weed the garden, pull the weakest root. Blood stains on the paddock face. Snitch trace, leave a bitter taste. Gold spoons for the hollow tip. One slip in the fellowship. One slip in the fellowship. Heavy crown, neck is snapping back. Trader's blood on the Cadillac. On the caddy. Boss moves never show the hand. Built the kingdom on the shifting sand. Audit the circle, find the leak. Strong as bark, but the heart is weak. Poured the scotch, let the poison sit. Loyalty is just a benefit. Not a soul you can buy or sell. Heavy ring in a velvet cell. Heavy ring on the bruised fist. Cross the name off the payroll list. No grace for the double cross. Factoring the total profit loss. Gray skies or the double cross. Factoring the total profit loss. Gray skies over marble floors. Locking all the heavy armored doors. Etiquette for the execution. Final payment, no more restitution. Ice cold in the winter coat. Blade sliding across the singer's throat. Blood stains on the paddock face. Snitch trace, leave a bitter taste. Gold spoons for the hollow tip. Heavy crown, neck is snapping back. Boss moves never show the hand. Built the kingdom on the shifting sand. No more talk, account balance. Check the files. Silence. Yeah. Heavy is the crown, man. Real heavy. Blood on the silk, still I sit at the head. Loyalty's a ghost when the hungry ain't fed. They starving. Money in the casket, what's a king to the dead? I kept the circle small, now the circle is a noose. Yeah, the circle is a noose. I remember the hunger before the gold platters. Now the steak tastes like iron and the wine is bitter. 30 years in the dirt, earned every gray hair. My brother held the umbrella, now he's aiming at my ribs. Watch your back. I don't sleep with the lights off, I sleep with the iron. The judge gave me 10-10, but the streets gave me life. You see the marble floors, I see the stains underneath. Every favor I did turned into a debt unpaid. I'm a veteran of wars that never make the news. Bought my mama a mansion just to keep her from the truth. But the truth is a debt that collects in the dark. I'm the shepherd in the suit, leading wolves to the park. Blood on the silks, still I sit at the head. Loyalty's a ghost when the hungry ain't fed. Money in the casket, what's a king to the dead? They starving. Money in the casket, what's a king to the dead? I kept the circle small, now the circle is a noose. Yeah, the circle is a noose. Judas sat at the table and dipped his bread in the sauce. I bought you to watch just to see how you spend the time. Now your time in my breath, waiting for the king to fall, waiting for the king to fall. But a king on his knees is still taller than a snitch. I got brothers in the ground and cousins in the feds. I'm the only one left to carry all this lead. Power's a prison with a view of the graves. I traded my soul for a seat in the shade. The ledger is full and the ink is turning red. Don't talk me about love when you're counting my bread. I'm a pillar of the block with a crack in my chest, staring at the pulpit praying for some rest. Blood on the silk, still I sit at the head. Money in the casket, what's a king to the dead? I kept the circle small, now the circle is a noose. Yeah, the circle is a noose. Keep your eyes open, even when you're praying, keep them open. It's just business, they said, until it's your funeral, until it's yours.
The neck until it breaks. Luxury pain in the safe. Get it? I don't forget no names. Never. Everybody dies in the flames. Burn.
Silk shirt soaked in the red, put a heavy price on your head. I've been hungry, now I'm fed. Leave them sleeping in the dirt bed. Tastes like silver, feel like lead. Everything I wanted I took. Staring at the barrel, don't look. Balance the books with a blade. Welcome to the trap I made. 100 rack to the trap I made. 100 racks tucked in the coat. Hand wrapped tight on the throat. Power is a drug, I'm the ghost. Toast to the man I hate most. Slam the door, lock the gate. Death is the only real estate.
Pay the debt, cold blood. Sit the crown on the deck. Both. Stomp the neck until it breaks. Crack. Luxury pain in the safe. Get it? I don't forget no names. Never. Everybody dies in the flames. Burn.
Asphalt stained with the grease. I don't come in peace.
No.
Wolves off the leash. Culling in, parked on the curb. Don't say a word. Everything you heard is the truth. Body in the trunk, no proof. Marble floors under my boots. Kill the tree, pull up the roots. I'm the king of the gutter in the penthouse. Snakes get the axe in the clubhouse. Heavyweight the axe in the clubhouse. Heavyweight, crushing the scale. Hell is the place, I prevail. Cash out, wash the stains off. Watch the whole world fall off.
Pay the debt, cold blood. Sit the crown on the deck. Both. Stomp the neck until it breaks. Crack. Luxury pain in the safe. Get it? I don't forget no names. Never. Everybody dies in the flames. Burn. Cold blood. Cash out. Burn.
Yeah. Quiet. Don't breathe. Step wrong and you gone. Moving in the dark, I own the zone. Ice on my neck, keep it cold as a stone. Talk is cheap, I just sit on the throne. Step wrong and you gone. Step wrong and you gone. Keep the circle tight, leave the fakes alone. Heavy as the head, yeah, I'm fully grown. Woke up this morning, count 100 flat. Yellow gold teeth, yeah, I'm living like that. Whip is all black, matte finish on the frame. Buried the heat, they don't even know my name. Stove in the kitchen, I'm whipping up the weight. White bricks landing, yeah, they never coming late. Arctic on my wrist, got me shivering in June. Quiet as a grave, I'm the monster in the room. I'm here. No talking to the law, that's a one-way trip. Keep the toolie tucked right beside my hip. Everything I touch turns to heavy metal paper. See me in the dim light, then I'm a vapor. See me in the dim light, then I'm a vapor. Step wrong and you gone. Moving in the dark, I own the zone. Ice on my neck, keep it cold as a stone. Talk is cheap, I just sit on the throne. Step wrong and you gone. Step wrong and you gone. Keep the circle tight, leave the fakes alone. Heavy as the head, yeah, I'm fully grown. Big Suburban, riding with the windows tinted dark. 5-star dinner, then I'm heading for the park. Plug call me early, says the shipment just arrived. Loyalty is everything if you wanna stay alive. Thick stacks of blue notes, smell like new leather. Me and my team, yeah, we move through the weather. Numb to the feeling, strictly about the profit. I got the game in my pocket, I can't stop it. Cross the line once, that's a permanent mistake. Watching for the snakes hiding in the lake. 10 toes down, I'm the heavyweight king. Quiet when I move, I don't say a thing. Shh, gone. Keep it quiet, don't step wrong. The king is here.
808 Heartbeats.
Ça, qu'une de tête ne sont jamais payées.
The velour lining hides the cold iron. Balsamic glaze on the last earthly meal. We don't talk much, the air is heavy. Blood on the leather of the blacked out sedan. Aged cognac held in a crystal glass. Watching the seasons of the struggle pass. I prefer the quiet of the vault. The subtle dimming of the candle flame. Nobody the candle flame. Nobody left to speak the traitor's name. The tailoring is sharp, the intent is sharper. Playing the requiem like a blind harper. Silk pocket squares for the weeping widows. We move in the dark, ignores. The cobblestone remembers every heavy footfall. The writing is etched on the limestone wall. I trade in silence and the weight of lead. Counting the blessings of the recently dead. One slip of the lip, the earth becomes a bed. Keep the circle tight, keep the Luxary is just a mask for the gore. The monster is knocking at the hand-carved door. Stay composed while the structure decays. Caught in the smoke of the lavender haze, the veteran speaks in a low. Everything I built, I gravely tone, I carry alone. The empire is a ghost in a biscope suit, tasting the bitterness of the forbidden fruit. The price of the pearls is a shallow grave. Move with precision, or for us to save more, you don't move at all. Waiting for the giants of the era to fall. The mahogany table is stained with regret. I ain't collected on the final debt yet. I ain't collected on the final debt yet. Keep your head down when the iron speaks. I've been watching the same street for weeks. The silence is the loudest thing in the room. A garden of lilies in a valley of doom.
Stay quiet. Stay gone.
Keep the lights off. Weight of the world on my neck. Too heavy. Yeah. Heavy. Heavy crown, pressing down on the skull. Walking through the ink, keep the pace slow. Weight of the world on the gold chain. Step wrong, you erase from the map. Move like a ghost in the dark alley. Hand on the steel, heart staying cold. I don't speak, I just let the lead talk. Whole city moving when I blink once. Wrapped in the black mask, no face seen. Counting dirty paper in the basement. Grave dug deep for the ones who talk. Blood on the pavement, no prints left. King of the mud, king of the dirt. Every corner got my name on the brick. Don't look up, just look at the flow. Heavy is the head that holds the street. Untouchable, yeah, untouchable. Untouchable. Heavy crown, heavy, so untouchable. Untouchable, yeah, untouchable. Step wrong, you gone, untouchable. Untouchable, yeah, untouchable. Heavy crown, heavy, so untouchable. Untouchable, yeah, untouchable. Step wrong, you gone, untouchable. Empire built on the silence of mine. Thick smoke filling up the black sub. Cruising through the ward, watching the marks. 100 rounds tucked in the leather seat. Body in the trunk, weight in the trunk. I don't feel nothing but the bass hit. Distorted, 808 kicking in your chest. Nihilistic mind, no hope in the eyes. Got the industry shook in the underground ritual flow. Chanting for the dead, burial ground. Full of my rivals, keep the gold teeth tucked in the grin. Business is business, blood is the price. No forgiveness under the black moon. Heavy is the world I carry alone. Untouchable, God of the southern grown. Untouchable, yeah, untouchable. Heavy crown, heavy, so untouchable. Untouchable, yeah, untouchable. Step wrong, you gone, untouchable. Untouchable, yeah, untouchable. Heavy crown, heavy, so untouchable. Untouchable, yeah, untouchable. Step wrong, you gone, untouchable. Stay down. Weight of the world, heavy. Don't trip, you gone, untouchable. Yeah, my business. You see the suits? Apply that pressure. Class is in session, little man. Listen close to the OG lecture. Listen close to the OG lecture. Empathy is a leak in your boat. Plug of the drown in the harbor. My pulse is a steady drum, but my pulse is a steady drum beat. Cold as a freezer in a drought. I watched my rival hit the pavement and didn't even blink my left eye. Check the equity on my soul. Own my mastery on my soul. Own my masters before the casket. You chasing cloud on a lease. I'm buying the block in cash. All cash. Diamonds and blood in the sink. Wash it away. Heart of a killer, no blink. Umbrella. King of the soil in the bank. Pressure applied till they break. Break them down. Diamonds and blood in the sink. Wash it away. Heart of a killer, no blink. Ghost ride in the heavy metal scrap. Through the intersection like a ghost. Spinning donuts on your reputation. While I count the greens and cheese. Spinning donuts on your reputation. While I count the greens and A's. My necklace is a frozen lakes. Tears is a frozen lakes. Tears of the squares I processed. In the bay we call it mobbing. In the penthouse we call it life. Don't get it twisted, young fish. The ocean don't love the swimmer. I'm the shark with the ledger, balancing the books and the bodies. Diamonds and blood in the sink.
Wash it away.
Heart of a killer, no blink. King of the soil in the bank. Pressure applied till they break.
Break them down.
Diamonds and blood in the sink.
Wash it away.
Heart of a killer, no blink. Longevity is the only flex. You a sparkler in the rain. I'm the sun that never sets. Independent to the dirt nap. No major label can leash me. My bark is a silenced pistol. My bite is a legal contract. See, the jewelry is just glass. If the man wearing it is soft, I'm hard as the diamond drill, piercing through your little empire.
Elites.
School's out, go find a grave to dig.
Yeah.
Unbothered, top floor mentality.
Nothing at all.
Yeah. They don't understand the cost. Check the ledger. Sit down, listen close. I sit at the head of the mahogany table. Blood under my nails from the morning shift. You talk about respect like it is a gift. I earn mine through silence and high caliber metal. Leather seats smelling like gunpowder and old money. The waitstaff trembles when I order the steak. I do not need a crown to be a king, just a ledger and a list of your failures. My cufflinks cost more than your father's life. Everything I touch turns to heavy industrial chrome. I am the architect, your upcoming downfall. Moving chess pieces, your upcoming downfall. Moving chess pieces across a marble floor while you still play checkers in the dirt. Your loyalty is a commodity out months ago.
I am total control.
I run this whole operation with an iron fist. Look me in the eyes and find your obituary. No mercy for the weak or the double crossers. Everything you love belongs to the empire now. Step on in, crush the resistance. No mercy. Step on down. I play with your head before I take it. Planting seeds of doubt in your inner circle. Your best friend is my most expensive asset. He sold your soul for a pair of loafers. The psychological weight of a looming debt. Watch the color drain from your face in real time. I am the nightmare that buys your mortgage. The heavy hand behind every closed door. I do not fire shots, I fire whole legacies. Your fear is the only currency I value. Train to see the trap before it snaps. Train to see the trap before it snaps. Veteran of the wars you only see on news. The concrete remembers what the witness forgot. I am the ghost haunting your bank account. Calculate the loss.
Checkmate.
I run this whole operation with an iron fist. Look me in the eyes and find your obituary. No mercy for the weak or the double crossers. Everything you love belongs to the empire now. Step on in, crush the resistance. No mercy. Step on down.
The books are balanced. You are a deficit I am erasing. Stay out of my sight. Empire. Crush everything.
Italian wool, hugging my frame. 6 buttons of pure discipline. This silk lining feels like victory.
Told you I was chosen.
Iron will stitch into the fabric. Heavy lies, the chest in this armor.
Heavy.
100,000 on the dash of the Maybach. Moving slow through the mud of the pines. Taylor took my measurements in the basement. 3-piece suit for a 5-star hit.
Cold-blooded.
No friends left at the round table. Just snakes in the grass of the estate. I keep a straight blade in the label. For the brothers who turned into strangers, they hate the way the pinstripe sits. They hate it. Looking at my reflection in the window, I am the ghost of the neighborhood. Survival is the only brand I wear. Italian wool, hugging my frame. 6 buttons of pure discipline. This silk lining feels like victory. Told you I was chosen. Iron will stitch into the fabric. Heavy lies, the chest in this armor. Heavy. I talk to the savior in the backseat. Forgive me for the blood on the cuff. The grind never stops for the weary. Every stitch is a day I survive. 1D. Mafia ties in the deep south. Burying the loose ends under the porch. The fabric don't wrinkle under pressure. I am the architect of my own empire. Luxury is just a shield for the pain. Just a shield, just a shield. Step out the whip like a king. The asphalt bows to the leather sole. Legacy is written in dark thread. Italian wool, hugging my frame. 6 buttons of pure discipline. This silk lining feels like victory. Told you I was chosen. Iron will stitch into the fabric. Heavy lies, the chest in this armor. Heavy, heavy, yeah. Custom fit. No wrinkles in the plan, just blood on the wall. Southside. Sign. Understood. Valuation. The nod is the signature. The silence is the bond. We move in the quiet. The empire is formed. Empire. The nod is the signature. The silence is the bond. We move in the quiet. The empire is formed. Mahogany table, 30 seats filled. Nobody speaks, the ink already dry. Biscoe wool, shark skin in the water. We divide the map like a lamb to slaughter. 7 figures just to sit at the table. Equity high, I don't need a label. I look him in the eye, he knows the price. We don't use words, we just move the ice. The boardroom feels like the stash house basement. Every move made is a total replacement. High-rise views, but the heart is still gutter. Clean the dirty money, melt it down like butter. No paper trail, just a heavy handshake. The kind of agreement that a soul can't break. I own the dirt and the building on top. The grind is eternal, we never gon' stop. The nod is the signature. The silence is the bond. We move in the quiet. The empire is formed. Empire. The nod is the signature. The silence is the bond. We move in the quiet. The empire is formed. Black colored in, idling on the curb. Action is the noun, I don't need a verb. Action. My tailor knows the fit, keep the heat tucked. The market is a game and the game is rigged. I saw the betrayal before he even blinked. Contracts are written in blood, not in ink. We build a skyline to hide the foundation. The king of the board, I run the whole nation. Patek on the wrist, counting every second. The weight of the crown is a debt to be reckoned. I don't play fair, I just play to win. Original sin in a sharkskin skin. The network is tight, no room for a leak. The powerful act while the amateurs speak. I buy the silence, I own the regret. The corporate mafia, the safest bet. The nod is the signature. The silence is the bond. We move in the quiet. The empire is formed. Empire. The nod is the signature. The silence is the bond. We move in the quiet. The empire is formed. Respect the quiet, quiet. The deal is done, done. Boardroom economics, legacy. Yeah. The weight. Board room smells like cedar and old money. Taylor wool covers the scars on my back. My father's watch heavy on my left wrist. Heavy. He traded his peace for this high-rise view. Now I sign the papers with a steady hand. The ink is thick like the family blood. Pure. Accusations feel more like a quiet war. We don't screechings feel more like a quiet war. We don't scream, we just cancel the wire. 6 figures for the legal defames fund. Another million to keep these names clean. I wear the burden like a second skin. I wear the burden like a second skin. Second skin. Italian silk against the cold marble floor. I'm the ghost in the machine of commerce. No one sees the work in the basement. They just see the results in the portfolio. The bottom line. Check the ledger, everything is accounted for. Losses buried deep under the parkway. Profit margins dictate who gets today. Low rope piano knit protects the vital organs. We move the weight in offshore accounts now. No more street corners, just corner offices. The smell of toner and premium gasoline. I study the balance sheet like a map. The legacy is a cage made of mahogany, but the view from the top is undeniable. I don't look down at the street below. The pavement is for those who lost the bet. They lost. Purity of the asset is all that matters. Gravity of the casket stays on my mind. I carry the name like a loaded weapon. Safety's off during the quarterly review. Ownership is the only language I speak. The rest is just noise and static air. Just noise. I learned the game at a kitchen table, watching the old man count the dirty stacks. Now I wash them in the washing machine. Metaphorically speaking, keep the books clean. The successor always has the coldest blood. I learned to kill the ego to survive. The family tree has deep, dark roots. I'm just the one who trims the branches. Trim them back. Calcul empire is built on silence and steel. The ink never really dries, does it? Never. Just another day at the office. Just another day at the office. Yeah. Look at the water. It does not feel anything. I wake up on the Mediterranean coast. White silk sheets on a custom yacht. My mind stays blank when I see blood. It is just up out of a crystal glass. The sun reflects off my Rolex president. 3 million in a leather duffel bag. I do not feel a thing for anyone. Nothing. Silk suits and heavy metal chrome. My heart is cold like the winter. I make the call, then I eat. No emotions in this tax bracket. My driver takes the 1901 Mercedes-Benz. We pull up slow to the private hangar. A snitch is crying in the backseat. I check my diamond ring for scratches. Pull out the silver Desert Eagle 50. The sound is louder than the jet engine. One shot and the problem is solved. I tell my man to burn the clothes. Burn it all. Silk suits and heavy metal chrome. My heart is cold like the winter. I make the call, then I eat. No emotions in this tax bracket. I am sitting at a table made of marble, counting stacks with a silent precision. If you cross the line, you are gone. I do not care about your kids. Life is just a game of territory. I own the docks and the airstrip. I am the boss because I am hollow. Nothing inside but the drive for more. Just more. It is just business. Stay detached. Stay alive. Luxury and lead. Luxury.